All right, so let's get started with our competitor analysis exercise. So I'm going to be searching for top sellers that are selling bridal shower games. And during your competitor analysis, you can use several different keywords, especially if your keyword is not so specific, such as this one. For example, if your keyword is home decor for pet owners, then you can search for that broad keyword as well as something specific like dog lover pillowcases or anything like that. So that's what I would encourage you to do. So once I have these results open, what I would do is I would actually look at the amount of reviews that the shop has, because that usually correlates to the amount of sales as well. So I'm definitely going to be opening this one. And this one I'm not so interested because, as we said, we're going to go for a family-friendly sort of design and brand. So I'm not really interested in this one because it doesn't seem to be the style that I want to be offering. This one, because it has the bestseller banner, I'm definitely going to be opening. And as you can see, when you get the bestseller banner, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are the one who has sold the most. This is actually data from the recent sales out of people who have typed in those keywords. So bridal shower games. This one has been selling really well, has been converting really well, meaning the amount of people who has actually seen this listing, they have actually gone ahead and purchased it. So that's how you would go about to actually get the bestseller banner. So I'm going to open this one as well. And this one seems to have a lot of reviews, so it's probably going to be a good option. And let me see, maybe just one more. This one. Okay, so now let's take a look at each one of these listings. So this one, already I see that they have a lot of sales, over 50,000 sales going on. They have a sale going on, but so their usual price is around $14, but now they have 40% off, which is wonderful when you're dealing with printables and any types of informational products, is that because you don't really have a high cost to produce the product, you've already invested the time to create it, and it's a digital download, so you won't be running out of inventory. So it's a really great type of product to actually be able to offer sales and coupons and things like that. But back to analyzing the listing, I really like that they have so many images, and they really go with this minimalist style all across their images and their design. So the way that they use the text on the images itself, not just the designs, this idea of mocking out all of the different designs in this nice mural with these different sheets. They also have a video, which I'm sure it's going to be very helpful. So yes, they are offering editable bridal shower games. So as you can see here, they're showing with their video the instructions and how easy it can be to edit the templates and to switch the layout and anything that you want to do. So I love this video, and that's something that I definitely am going to have to incorporate on my listing if I really want to compete well with this other shop. And then if I keep going here, love that they show, even though it's hard to read, they show how many different options you get by purchasing this one item. There are 35 different bridal shower games. So this is wonderful. And I'm sure if it's a high resolution image, I can click and then zoom in. Yes, I can zoom in enough to where I can read a lot better. So that's wonderful that they have high resolution images and a couple more that are closer up. So I love that. They do a lot of mock-ups, which we're going to be talking about it later in the course when we talk about product images and tools to create them. They also utilize their images to show the whole list of games that they're offering and instructions, so I love that. So whoever comes to this listing, as you can see, the first thing that you want to do is look through the images, because the description is a little bit hidden. You have to click to read more, and then to go down and read the reviews, you have to scroll down. So the first thing you want to do is go through the images, and these are super informative images, so they're doing that really well. Okay, so I'm going to start filling out our competitor analysis spreadsheet with, I forgot the name of the shop, DIY Paper Boutique, and then I'm also going to copy the URL. And I'm going to paste the URL here, and then we're going to see the total sales for the shop. So 51,103, and the total reviews as well. If you scroll down, you're going to be able to see reviews for this shop, 1,390. And then how many product reviews for this specific item? 29. So if I put here 29, I already have the formula ready here to where it's proportional. So the amount of total sales for the shop for the total reviews would be proportional. That's what we're estimating to the amount of total sales for that specific item, which we don't have that number, to the total product reviews, which Etsy does give it to us. So the estimation would be that this shop has sold about 1,000 of those products. So that's really great to see that demand. And then I'm also going to be writing the price, and I see that they're on sale right now, so I'm going to write the actual original price, which is $14.62. Product note for me, I'm going to be putting how many games they're actually going to be offering. So for them, it's 35. And then some of the positives, I'm going to start by naming some of the positives that I've seen on the listing itself. So wonderful and helpful images. It seems that like they're really utilizing different keywords for their title. So it seems like their listing is well optimized. So let's see. Now I'm going to take a look at the product reviews to see what customers are saying that they like or maybe dislike about this product. So, okay, lots of games to choose from. So they really like all of the different options, and they can choose the type of paper that they're going to be printing. They chose cardstock. So maybe that's something that I can be communicating to my customers, is that, hey, you can choose whatever paper that you want. And we have so many different options, obviously, if we do have many options. So I really like that. And then great purchase for bridal shower that I hosted. They love that they can personalize. So it seems like being able to edit the templates is a great option. Fun and many options. They love how many options it is. Love the self-edit. So definitely a positive. Came with more games than needed. Totally okay with that. So actually, this is really helpful review because 35 games, that's wonderful, and I can see that a lot of the customers are liking the many options, but maybe I could even offer half than that and then lower the price, and I would get a lot of those sales as well, because maybe many of these customers are like, okay, I don't need all those options. I can get maybe just my favorites, and especially if I can edit, I'm totally okay paying a little bit less for less amount of options. So that's an idea that it already gave me. So let me try to find maybe a negative review or something that they have not liked as much. Okay, so I found this one. It was kind of difficult to find the answers to the 2 games, even though they gave it a 5-star review. So we want to be very clear for every single game, the instructions and definitely the answers. So I'm going to be writing this down here. So I'm going to add the editable and many options. So that's wonderful. For the negative, difficult to find answers, and maybe too many options. That's not necessarily a negative, but it's something that could overwhelm the person, not really know. Sometimes when there's too many options, you freeze and you don't really even know how to get started or which games to choose. So that might be something that I'm going to use as a differentiator. And let's maybe just find just one more. Okay, great games. Love that these are different than the typical shower games. Okay, so these are very unique games. They really put their creativity to work when developing these specific games. It doesn't seem like they're really common games of people that people have seen before. So that's great if I can start offering, even maybe if I offer a package of 10 different games, maybe 2 or 3 of them are some that I completely come up with for people to actually play something that have never tried before. So I'm going to write down some ideas for differentiation based on this one competitor. So maybe less options at lower price, clear instructions for each game, unique games as well. And I actually forgot one column that I want to add, which is to where this product is being used or who is buying this type of product. So I'm going to be adding that column here to the left, as well as where it's being used. So for this specific product, it's really clear that they're going to be using these bridal showers, maybe bachelorette parties, but definitely some kind of wedding event. And it seems like a lot of the brides themselves are buying this. Like, I'm looking forward to playing these. They're my wedding shower. So this is a great purchase for a bridal shower I hosted. So I would put that who's buying is bride and the bridal party, because that's usually who would be hosting the party. And then where it's being used bridal shower. So this is how you go by doing your competitor analysis. The next thing that I would do would be to actually look through, obviously, all of the different competitors that I open, write down all of the different information, and then I would choose 1 or 2 to purchase from, as I said it before. And I would see the whole sequence of messages maybe that they're sending to their customers. If there's any coupons that they're offering, maybe they're linking to their social media accounts, whatever it is, I'm going to start analyzing that as well to where I can implement that with my own products and services and customer care. So I hope this video was helpful. Again, I'm going to leave the link of the spreadsheet in the resources below, and let's go ahead and get to the next video. Now that you have some exciting product ideas, I'll be sharing with you the best tools to help you create and develop those products. And I'm also going to be sharing the resources below, a file with the links to all of those tools for your convenience. So let's go ahead and see what those are. So first is Adobe InDesign. And I'm actually going to be recommending a few of the Adobe products, but I want to go ahead and say that Adobe products are a little bit more difficult to learn how to use them. Mostly professionals use them. I'm not saying that you cannot use them, but they're not as user-friendly. Additionally, they are a little bit more pricey. So for example, for the full package of all of the products together, you can pay $80 per month, or if you want to purchase one product at a time, the license to use it is around $34 per month, depending on the product. But I do recommend Adobe InDesign specifically for templates. So a lot of magazines or people that deal with, layouts of design products, that especially if you're merging images with text, InDesign is the best product out there. It's definitely going to make your product look very professional. Next, there is the Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. So both of those are mainly used for art. So if you want to create a logo, or if you want to offer artwork for people to print or anything like that, those products, Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, would be the best options. Also for very professional looking graphics, but also not as user-friendly. So actually, what a lot of people do is that they watch a lot of YouTube tutorials, or they purchase some inexpensive courses or expensive courses to actually learn how to use better all of the different features offered by Adobe products. So I'm recommending these because if you're familiar with them, they're actually wonderful choices. However, I do have a really wonderful option for a tool for you to use that is actually free, and it has amazing resources that you can use, and it's extremely user-friendly. And that tool is Canva. So I'm not going to be doing tutorials for the Adobe product tools, but I will be doing a video tutorial next about the Canva tool and show you everything that you are able to do, or at least some that you're able to do and create using Canva. So I'm really excited about that. And then also what you can use specifically for merch products is Printful and Printify. So as I mentioned before, if you want to sell print-on-demand products, all that you responsible for is creating the design. Then you just have to pick one company, so I would recommend one of these two, to partner with, so they will be the one responsible for printing that design in whatever product you choose. It could be a piece of clothing, it could be, a pillowcase or a mug, whatever you choose that they offer, and they will also be the one fulfilling the products directly to the customers. So whenever you choose which company you want to partner with, they also have options for you to actually create your design using their platform. The options are probably going to be a little bit limited, but it could still be a really helpful tool to help you create your designs. Another wonderful tool, and specifically if you're creating digital downloads, is called Template. So Template is a website that is actually a partner with Etsy, to where if you're offering any printables or any layouts, anything digital, you can give your customers an option for them to edit the wording, maybe the layout, the order where everything shows, which is a big advantage to have over your competitors. And Template is not only a great partnership for you to have it with your Etsy shop, but you can also show up for people who go to this website directly searching for templates to purchase. So it's a great way to start expanding your business already. And then last but not least, you can actually consider hiring a designer. There's absolutely no shame in that for you to hire a designer or purchase templates or designs that are already done. And then you're the one responsible for creating the listing, creating amazing images and wonderful copy for marketing your Etsy shop. So the two websites that I would recommend for you to find great designers for pretty inexpensive for whatever type of design or even product development that you're interested in is Fiverr and Upwork. And I'll just give you a quick tour of each one. It's very simple. You can search for any kind of services here. For example, if you're looking for for t-shirt designs for your merchandise, you can quickly search, and as you can see, there are really inexpensive options here. So options for, I would create mind-blowing typography t-shirt designs for $5. So this could absolutely be considered an investment for you to have over buying one design and then being the one to offer that unique design to your customers, and then work with an actual designer who has the skills to develop something really incredible, and then you're the one who builds this Etsy business around it, around all these types of different designs. And there's also Upwork, where you can do the same thing. And then usually Upwork has people with more professional degrees sometimes, not always, but I highly encourage you to take a look as well when researching for people to partner with when developing your product. So although there are many more tools that I could be suggesting specifically to your case, I can't cover them all, but this is my favorite list. And as I said, I'm going to leave the link in the resources below for you to access every single one of the ones that I've mentioned. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave those below as well, and let's keep going. When planning the creation of your product, you might want to keep some of these resources in mind. First, skills. So these are skills that you already have that you could be improving on in order to offer an even better product for your customer, or skills that you don't yet have but that you're willing or excited to learn in order to create a very unique product. And the best resources for you to be learning new skills, in my opinion, are YouTube tutorials. There's so many out there, honestly, regarding all kinds of topics, as well as inexpensive courses on Skillshare and Udemy. So I highly recommend that if you're thinking about a product type that maybe would require a little bit more skills on your part, or if you would really like to improve and become the best of the thing that you already know how to do and that you enjoy doing, then consider investing in new skills or improving those skills. Next, I do have this wonderful website that I want to recommend to you guys, specifically if you guys are going to be working with creating designs, and that's Creative Market. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek here of what it looks like, but here in this website, you can buy all different types of designs that you can use on your products, so commercially. So you can buy graphics, you can buy special fonts. So if you're not finding a font that you want to use on the basic tools that you're using, here are countless options. So again, you can offer very unique products for your customers. You can also be buying templates. So these are one of my favorites because that really saves you time. And then this actually can be templates for all different types of tools, including Canva, Adobe Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop. So let's say you do know a little bit on how to use Adobe InDesign, but you don't have maybe the creativity or the skills or the time to create that template for you to just go ahead and start changing it. So you can go ahead and buy a template here and then just modify it however you want to offer to your customers. So there's lots of different templates, not only for designs, but also social media posts, presentations, email templates, website templates, very helpful website as well, Creative Market. There's also add-ons, so a lot of times people will develop some plugins or different features for specific tools, so add-ons for Photoshop, Illustrator, and all these different types of tools. There are also photos, so stock photos that you can use for free on your product, so it can be used for commercial use when you buy them here on Creative Market, and then so on and so on. You can always search here for ideas. Maybe you want some sort of watercolor design, or if you want different types of icons that you can use throughout your design, you can definitely find it here. And you can also get inspiration here as well. So this could be part of your product research too. And then moving on to the other one is called Pexels. And Pexels is a platform for you to find stock images or stock videos that you can use commercially. You can use to actually make money from it. And this is especially useful if you're not going to be signing up for a Canva account, because Canva already has a partnership with Pexels, so a lot of their free stock images are already on Canva. But if you don't want to use the tool, if you're using other tools, then you might want to consider Pexels. And just a sneak peek here for you guys. This is what it looks like, and again, you can search for any types of themes that you might be interested in. Let's say you want to find a really beautiful desktop, so you can do some sort of mock-up with your product photo. So you can just come here and do office desk. and then look through the images, or maybe you just want to show your customers the different ways that they can use your products, and then you just use these different lifestyle images that are so beautiful and that look so professional. And then going back to our slides, last but not least, you definitely want to be considering the supplies or machines that you're going to be needing when developing your product. So obviously, I cannot cover all of the different types of products or types of supplies that you might need, but absolutely take time before you start creating to research the best, not only maybe the most inexpensive with the best quality, but what unique type of materials you can use, or what types of supplies and machines you can be using not only to automate your product creation process, especially if you're doing a handmade type of product, but also can save you lots of times. So for example, let's say you are offering products that you're customizing. So maybe you invest in a machine that you can easily engrave someone's name or engrave something on the product that you're offering. Or if you're doing something that is freehand painted, and it might save you a lot of time if you buy some stencils or some sort of machine or something like that, then consider researching that as well. So just wanted to make this quick video to give you some ideas of resources when you're planning the creation of your product. I hope you found this helpful, so let's keep going. So I briefly mentioned this before, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick look of the 2 tools that are recommended if you choose to go with print-on-demand products. So if you want to do that, you would integrate your Etsy shop with one of these 2 tools. One option is Printful, and the other one is Printify. And honestly, there's not really a favorite one over the other. Those 2 tools work really well, and it's just a matter of preference. So if you go to their home pages, I would encourage you to go and look through not only their different prices, because you will have to be paying them a fee for them to be printing your designs on their merchandise and then fulfilling the products to the customer. So you should analyze the different prices as well as their different tools and features, because some of them might offer different types of merchandise or objects that you can offer to your customers, as well as different design tools and options, and you may prefer one over the other. So I just wanted to quickly show these 2 options for you guys. I'm also going to be leaving the links in the resources below. I hope it was helpful, so let's get to the next video. As promised, I'll be showing you a quick tutorial on how to use Canva for your Etsy business. And even though we're talking about product development right now, Canva is a wonderful resource for lots of different aspects of your business. And you can even see as soon as you log in, actually on the very top, if you click on templates, you can see lots of different things that people use Canva for. So for example, social media, content, and business, like your branding package or logos, part of your website design, education, posters, flyers, so many things. So truly a wonderful resource. And I'll make sure to leave the link for you to sign up in the resources below. It is a free tool, but you can also upgrade it if you want, and you're going to get access to additional resources such as stock images or certain types of fonts and different features on the platform. And we have a pro account. In my opinion, it's completely worth it because, as I said, we use it for so many different things on our social media platforms and pretty much all of the graphics when running our businesses. So once you sign up, you're going to get to this page right here, and this is the homepage where you can see all of the different design types that you have already created, or some templates and things like that you can quickly start creating. You can come right here to this button and click on Create Design, and from here, you can easily actually try to find a format specifically for what you're trying to create. So if you're doing, for example, a Pinterest pin, which, by the way, later in the course, I'll be sharing with you my free templates for you to create pins for your Etsy shop, so be sure to stay tuned for those. But if you want to create here one from scratch, you could just type in, and if you click on Pinterest pin, it would automatically open the page already in the correct format, 1000 by 1500, which is what Pinterest recommends. But I'm not going to click on that just yet because I just want to give you a quick overview. So here, as I said, there are the templates, the different features. I'm not going to be able to cover everything, so if you want more tutorials or more tips and tricks, you can come here to the tutorials or the blogs. They have actually really great content too beyond just using Canva. But on this left menu, you can find all of your designs. You can create folders to easily access, like maybe this folder just for Pinterest pins, another one just for branding, or for different types of products that we're going to be creating one today as an example. You can also create a brand kit. So after you go through the brand and niche exercise, and let's say you selected some colors and fonts and specific things like that, you can click here. And you can upload all of that. So you can upload a logo, a specific color. You can find, like color palettes and do the exact code, or specific fonts. You can upload and have everything ready for you. But it's worth saying that this is only available for a pro account. But because we're talking about business, I wanted to make sure to mention this. But now let's get to creating our design. So to do that, you just have to go to this top button right here and click on Create a Design. And as I said, you could choose any of these options right here, or you can click on, let me move myself up. Okay, so you could do a custom size, or you can upload a photo, an existing photo. You can just click here, or import a PDF file, and then for these options, the page creator will be at the exact size of your file. I'm going to go ahead and choose a custom size because I know exactly the size that I want for this design. Today I'm going to be creating a wedding invitation. As we mentioned before, you can use Canva for all different types of graphics. It could be for logos for your merchandise, or you can do your product insert cards here, and so on. There's so many different options. But today we're going to be doing a wedding invitation, so I'm just going to click on custom size. And I'm going to be doing first it's width, so 8 by 10. And you could choose different options here, but I want inches, so go ahead and click on create design. Perfect, that's the size that I want. And what you should do first is name your file. So I'm just going to do wedding invitation. Okay, and then on the left side menu, there are all the resources that Canva has for you to create beautiful designs. The top one is my favorite, which is all of the templates that you can get done for you already, and you just have to manipulate it and change it up to customize it just the way they want. So I'm actually just going to simply search for the template. So wedding invitation. All right, so let's say I like this one. All you have to do is click, and Canva is going to fill in the page size that you have selected automatically. And obviously, you might have to do some adjusting. And editing things on Canva is as simple as clicking and dragging. So, for example, if I wanted to edit the size of this, I could just drag it. I'm going to undo this. If I want to edit these text, right now everything came grouped, but you can just click and come to this 3 dots right here and then ungroup. Usually on templates, these elements with text and other things, they usually come grouped together, so you can just easily ungroup. Then you can double click and then type everything you want. You can change a font by just clicking on the text and then just coming up here. And here you could just browse through. Anything that has a little crown means that it's a pro, only available for pro accounts, or you can pay to actually use it. So that goes for text, fonts, for photos, as I'm going to show you guys soon. So just so you know, you can also search up here. Let's say you click here, you want a specific type of font, or you already know the name of the font that you're looking for. So you could browse through. Let's say I want like handwriting, and then all of the handwriting options will fill this up right here. Let's say we want this one. Let me double click and do Sumner and Allie. And as you can see, it seems like there's some letter spacing here. So just as with Word or Google Docs or any other text editing software, you can easily edit this by clicking on it, changing the size. If you want to change the color, you can just click here and choose one of the default colors. Or over here, any color that you want. Let's say you want a dark red. And also, if you had signed up for that brand kit, it would be showing right here, your brand color. So it would be very easy for you to do. And one thing that I like too is that, let's say you have lots of things in this gray and you decide to change your color. If you have different designs that you want to offer different colors for the design, you can easily just change. When you make a change, Canva is going to ask, do you want to change all of the text that had this color into the new text? So you can click on change all or not, or just click out of it. And you can also change, like the alignment or the effects that I'm going to show you very soon. You can animate it to make it a little video, but we're not going to do that. Or as I mentioned, we can do the spacing. So you can just click and you can just drag, or you can type here. I'm just going to drag it to 0. And you can adjust the line spacing like this as well. Okay. So let's say I'm happy with this. Obviously, it doesn't look amazing, but I just want to show you guys how to actually use the tool to create however you want. So I'm going to get rid of this, move this up. You just have to click and drag. And Canva has these guidelines to show you when things are centered or if it's touching, like the margins or anything like that. So I'm just going to leave it centered here. And now let's browse through the left menu again. We have elements, and these are not only graphics or lines and shapes like square, circles, things like that, but also frames. If you go down here, you can see some icons as well, and then frames to where you can just click. For example, let's say I want this frame, and you can adjust to any size that you want. That. Okay, and see that you cannot see it right now, and that's because you need to play with the position of the different elements. So having it selected, you just have to come to position and then forward, for example. And if you want, I don't know, if you want this to come forward again, you can come to front or to back, whatever you want. It's easy, and you can easily align to if you want middle, center, if you want the top. Very easy to do just with the position. So let's say you want this frame right now. Let me leave it like this. And with this frame, you can fill the frame with any image that you want. So that could be something that you have uploaded. So you can come here to uploads, and you can upload any photos, any videos, and even audios that you have. You can record yourself right now too if you want something, let's say live, that you don't have it yet. You can record it, take a photo right away, and then you can just click here, or you can drag to upload it. And then once you upload, all of the different options are going to be here. So for some reason, let's say I want this image to be on our wedding invitation. So you can just drag, and as you see, it's going to populate that frame. So just wanted to show you guys this option. You can adjust it afterwards too, just by doing this, adjusting the frame. Or if you want to move the position of the photo that's inside, you just double click inside and you can move it. Move, change the size, and then click out of it, and you see it still crops back to the frame. So I'm going to get rid of this, obviously, and so just pressing delete. And moving on, we can come here to photos. And one of the things that I love about Canva is that you have access to all of these stock photos that you can use for free or paid. If you have a pro account, all of the images are free. But if you have a free account, some of the images are free, and some of them will have the little crown to where you actually have to pay for it. So you can either scroll through the options here, or you can search for something here. So let's say we want to search for a wedding. And then you're going to see all of these stock photos that have something to do with wedding. So let's use this one right here. You'll see that it's a pro, so you're going to see what it's going to look like if you want to use a pro photo when you have a free account. If you click, you're going to see that it has these watermarks. And in order to remove the watermarks, it's going to prompt you to pay. And this is going to cost me €1. And it's charging me €1 because I'm in Europe right now, but it would default to your own currency. So if you're in the US, it would probably be $1. So you can still keep it. Let's say you don't know if you're going to keep it yet. You don't need to pay right away. You just need to pay later when you download your images. You see that it won't let you download until you pay. So just so you know, if you want to use a pro image, that's what you're going to have to do. Let's find a free image right here. You see, let's say we want to use that one that it's free. You can click and it's just going to pop and show on the graphic, or you can drag it and it's going to populate a certain element. It could be a frame, or it could be, for example, the whole background. Let's say you just drag it, then it's going to populate the whole background. And similarly, you can double click and move if you want to show something specific about this image, if you want to crop it, resize it. And moving on, let me do this. Moving on, there's the text. And here in the text, you can just add a text just by clicking on add a heading, subheading, or body, but they also have templates for you. So you can search for a fun type of text or just look through these right here, depending on the style that you want to go with. So I really like browsing through these. There is also free and pro versions. You can just click, let's say you want to add a text, you can click and it will show up here. You can just add something and invite you to their wedding, which we already have some text here, so I'm going to get rid of. So let's say I want to do this, invite you to their wedding. And then here, similarly, you can make it bigger by doing this. You can also just double click, as I said, and change the color. Let's say I want black. And now let me show you what it would look like if you wanted to add some effects. So you can just click on effects, and that could be for text. There are certain types of effects available for text or certain types for images. So this one, you could easily just browse through these, like if you wanted to curve, let's say it like this, really cool. And you can adjust the curvature right here. Or if you want normal, if you want to just add a shadow, let's say you want to add a shadow, you can play with the blur. Let's say you want a very blurred, you can play with the color and play with the transparency. It could be completely opaque or very transparent, the direction, depending on where you want the shadow to go. But I'm going to undo this because it looks really weird. Okay, and just to show you, let me go back and add the photo here to show you guys some of the, I'm going to bring it to front, just to show you some of the effects, because you could add effects such as shadows and other interesting things, and you can also filter, so you can put a filter on the photo, and you determine how strong you want the filter to look, and you can also adjust the brightness, contrast, everything, really, really cool. Let me go back. You can crop and you can flip, so you can flip horizontally, vertically, and as I said, this is for both photos and image files. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that, and let's go here to background. With background, you have all of these different options of really cool themes to where you can choose to populate the background of your page. So again, you can search through all results, or you can look through something, for example, gradient. Let's say I want to do this one. All you have to do is click, and the background only is going to update. And what you can also do that I forgot to mention before, you can mess with the transparency. So just choose an element, it could be text, anything, and just play with the transparency if you want. Let's say you want to just slightly show the gradient behind, you can go to 95, I'm going to leave it at 100. And if we go here to more, there's a few other things that Canva offers. There's some apps and integrations, and there's also different styles, audio, videos, charts, and folders. So I just click on styles, and it actually just populated the side menu again. And this is going to be just options for you. Let's say you don't have much of graphic skills and you want some inspiration. What you can do is just click on it, and it's going to change your whole design to fit within that style. So obviously right now you'd have to adjust it, adjust the size and everything that you want to change. But this is actually a really great tool if you want to offer variations of something you have created. So yes, here you could explore a few of these other options if you're doing videos with audios, or if you want specific charts, for example, it already populates here if you want to start editing, if it's a presentation or an infographic or anything like that. But after you're done, you could do a few things. You can duplicate it by coming to this page right here, and you can start a brand new one. Also, if you just want to add a page, you just have to come here and click on add a page, and it's going to be a blank page. It's going to use the same background that you had before, but you can easily just click and delete if you want to start from scratch. And once you're happy with it, you can just come here to download, and you can download all of the pages that you have on file, or you can just choose, let's say, for example, the first one. And you can choose your file type as well, of course. And it's PNG, JPEG, PDF, or if it's a video, especially if you animate any of the characters you can animate, it will make it into a video. And that's it. But we're going to come back to Canva when we're doing our product images, and when we're showing you some of the Pinterest pins that you can create for your Etsy shop as well. So as I said, the link is going to be in the resources below, and let's go ahead and get to the next video.